Can we start the program?
Yes, ma'am. Welcoming charm, welcoming ingenuity, welcoming grace, welcoming venture, welcoming gloom, welcoming power, welcoming strength, more than anything, welcome. Every charming youngster over there, a hearty welcome to the valedictory ceremony of Safety First, both HIV and Drug Abuse Awareness Program, organized by the Youth Red Cross Club, Ethiraj College for Women. Winning every moment is not necessary. Sometimes, even your participation is more valuable. Participation gives birth to confidence, which gives you the choice to live your life more joyfully. I congratulate and appreciate each and every student who took this opportunity to showcase your talent. Thank you for joining us in the valedictory ceremony, which will be followed by the declaration of results to all the competitions. So, dear everyone, let us begin this event with Tamil Parawal.
Can you all see?
Yes, ma'am.
Can we all rise up?
Yes, ma'am.
Finished? Pitch.
Thank you, ma'am. We will now have a short presentation that is prepared by the committee members, that is President Amudini, myself, Sai Swar Madhuri, Secretary of YASI, and Treasurer Sneha.
A warm evening to everybody present here. We, the committee members of YRC Ethiraj College for Women, are here to boost your knowledge on the topics drug abuse and traffic science. We will be now presenting a video which will show the impacts of drug abuse and its treatments.
Is drug abuse. Drug abuse, also called substance abuse, is an illness that is characterized by a destructive patterned use of illegal or legal drugs or medication. The condition affects the person's brain and behavior, such that they are unable to control the use of the drug, to the point that it interferes with their ability to function. The drug user consumes the substance in amounts or with methods that are harmful to themselves or others. Some of the most commonly used drugs are alcohol, cocaine, opioids, benzodiazepines, cannabis, barbiturates, amphetamine, hallucinogens, inhalants, club drugs, and other substances. There are over 190 million drug users around the world, and the problem keeps increasing at an alarming rate, especially among young adults under the age of 30. Drug abuse can cause long-term damage to the body. Drug addicts who use needles are at a greater risk of having HIV and hepatitis B and C infections. People start to use drugs for so many reasons. Some people start with the experimental use of recreational drugs out of curiosity, to have a good time, or because friends are doing it. For others, drug abuse begins with exposure to prescribed medications from a friend or relative who has been prescribed the medications, particularly with opioids. Over time, you may need larger doses of the drug to get high, and as drug use increases, it may get extremely difficult to go without the drug. An attempt to stop the drug may cause intense cravings as well as getting physically ill. In 2015, substance use disorder resulted in 307,400 deaths. Highest numbers are from alcohol use disorders, around 137,500. Opioids use disorder has 122,100 deaths. Cocaine use disorders has 11,100 deaths, and amphetamine use disorder has 12,200 deaths. Causes. Each drug produces different physical effects on the brain. However, repeated use of a drug can alter the way in which the brain functions, including the way the brain feels pleasure. The addicting drug use causes changes in your brain that interferes with the ability to think, control your behavior, and at the same time, send intense impulses to take drugs. It is because of this change in the brain that it is so challenging for an addicted person to stop taking drugs. Like many mental disorders, drug abuse has no single cause. Many factors may contribute to the development of drug addiction. The main factors are genetics, environmental factors, such as parental abuse or neglect, family beliefs, exposure to peer groups that encourages drug abuse. Other factors that may affect the likelihood and speed of developing a substance addiction may include psychological problems, such as depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, as well as personality disorders. Peer pressure, early use of drugs, unstable home environment, poor relationship with parents, inadequate supervision over adolescence activities, poor achievement in school. Symptoms: a regular urge to use drugs daily or even several times a day. Recurrent substance use that prevents the user from meeting significant daily responsibilities at work, home, or school. Recurrent drug use in physically dangerous situations. Withdrawal symptoms at every attempt to stop drug use. An unsuccessful trial of decreasing or controlling the use of the drug. Cutting back on social or recreational activities because of drug use. Continual use of the drug, even though the person is aware of recurring physical or psychological problems caused or worsened by drug use. A need to keep or maintain a supply of the drug. Spending more money on the drug, even though one can't afford it. Doing things you wouldn't do, such as going to the extent of stealing to get the drug. Diagnosis and treatment. A thorough evaluation that includes an assessment by a psychiatrist, psychologist, or licensed alcohol and drug counselor may be required for diagnosis. Blood, urine, or other lab tests are used in assessing drug use, but they do not serve as a diagnostic test for substance abuse. Treatment. With the right treatment and support, it is possible to counteract the disruptive effect of drug use and regain control of your life. The primary goals of treatment are abstinence, relapse prevention, and rehabilitation. Treatment options may include chemical dependence treatment programs, detoxification, behavioral therapy, support from friends, family, doctor support groups, or an organized treatment program may help to overcome your drug addiction and stay drug-free. Thank you for watching our video. Please do not forget to like and share the video. Also, please subscribe to the channel to stay updated.
I hope you all liked the video and gained knowledge from that. Now, let's discuss about the most unnoticed thing about road safety is the traffic signs, which most of us haven't noticed so far. Traffic signs. Traffic signs are basically differentiated into three types. The first one is mandatory, the second one is cautionary, and the third one is informative. So let me explain about the first traffic signs in detail. The first one is the mandatory signs. Mandatory by the word clearly depicts that it is very important and compulsory to be followed by the people of the country. Here you can see a lot of mandatory traffic signs that are visible. The first one is stop. It is usually used and kept in traffic signals to indicate to stop when the red signal is on. Next is give way. Give way may be used for pedestrians and other purpose also. The next few are prohibition signs. This indicates that we're not supposed to do that particular thing. The first one is straight prohibitor, no entry. We all know we are not supposed to enter through some roads, which is one way or no entry. The next one is pedestrian prohibited. This sign is not so usual for our Indians, but it is very common in abroad countries because in India we don't have a lot of restrictions to walk. For pedestrians, we can walk wherever you want. But in abroad, it's not so. There's a lot of restrictions, and pedestrians are not allowed to walk everywhere they want. The next one is horn prohibited. These sort of signs are mostly situated in places near hospitals, schools, where there must be no noise pollution. The next one is no parking. No parking also is used to avoid traffic in unwanted situations and roads. Next is no stopping or standing. This is mainly used in busy roads where you're not supposed to stand unnecessarily and waste your time. The next one is speed limit. Speed limit is different in different areas. We will find speed limit boards near schools, school colleges, and near hospitals. That usually our initial speed, there is a speed limit. The next few, that is right hand curve, left hand curve, right hand pin bend, left head pin bend, narrowed road, and these signs are something which indicates the directions and how the road is actually for us to know beforehand and drive accordingly. The next one is pedestrian crossing. As we all know, it is something which is very essential for pedestrians as well as drivers who are driving the vehicles, because we need to know where is pedestrian crossing and stop accordingly. If we don't do so, it may lead to accidents and cause a lot of damage for the people. The next one is school ahead. This also indicates that there's school around, and we're supposed to maintain the speed limit in that area and not use a lot of horns, because school children may wander here and there on the roads, and we need to be careful about that. And the other few and the next 4 signs are signs that indicate cautions. Um, that is, if some road work is going on, it will indicate that. And speed breakers, all of those are indicated by those signs. So these signs are something which we face in day-to-day life, but we fail to notice that and realize its use. So I hope at least from this moment we start to notice that and act accordingly. Thank you, and over to Sai.
Thank you, Sneha. So next, next up, Sneha, I think you should mute yourself. It's getting echo.
Just a minute.
So we have some cautionary signs that are displayed over here. A few of these signs we would have encountered in our life while traveling and all that. So usually driving is a passion for all. So to me, a long solo drive, just feeling the breeze is just like a beautiful scenario. But while driving, we should keep our eyes on the boards or the signs that are kept over the side of the roads. So some signs are given here, which are technically called as cautionary signs. So the first and second would, the first and second would be the right hand curve and the left hand curve. Actually, the first four which you are seeing here are usually depicted in the hill stations, where you can, if you're facing a lot of steep places, it's not safe to drive, and it is often said in a comical way, like feel the curve but don't hug them. So you can, whenever you go to hill stations or hill places, there will be steep curves, like in the third sign where you can see it's right hair pin bend, which means it's a complete bend and where you have to slow down completely so as to turn properly. So these four signs you can see it in the hill stations. And the next and right reverse bend and left reverse bend are also signs that are displayed in hill stations and steep places. And the next one is a steep ascent and steep descent. So you can understand from the names itself. So when you're going up, it says steep ascent so that you can slow down or increase the speed. I mean, increase the accelerator and go. And while steep descent, usually while going down the flyovers and all, whenever I drive or whenever my any of my parents drive, they usually slow down the speed completely. I don't know about the youth over there and the boys over there, how you people drive. It is better to reduce your speed completely when you drive steep, so that you don't hit the vehicles in front of you, and also you don't get hit by the vehicles behind you. And the next two signs are narrow road ahead and narrow and a road wideness ahead. So you can understand again from the names. There will be some roads where it will be steep and suddenly it will increase its wideness. So we should be careful in all those places, and those signs are pretty much useful to indicate it. And narrow bridge. This is one important sign. Why? Because certain roads will be very wide, and immediately when you go forward a bit, you will see a narrow bridge. So at that time, all the vehicles that are in adjacent positions need to congest itself so as to climb. I mean, so as to go to the bridge. So this sign is very important. Whenever you see this sign, you can just take the right or left turn wherever the bridge is coming, and you can slowly get into the bridge and cross it. And the next two tells about the texture or the the capacity of the road, a slippery road, and there is a loose gravel. So it generally says about how the road is and how you have to control your speeds and travel. And next is cycle crossing and pedestrian crossing. Pedestrian crossing we have seen, and we've already Sneha told about it. Those are like indications for us so that people crossing will not be affected, and you will not be caught by police as well. And next is again school ahead, where you will see there is school place going, and especially why there is a need of this sign is we don't know when schools, I mean, exactly disperse themselves. So while dispersing, there will be a lot of kids roaming everywhere, and we should be careful while driving and not hurt anybody coming out of the those places. And again, next sign is men at work. It means that there will be I think you can see this sign wherever metro construction is going on. So in Chennai, you can see a lot of places where metro construction is going. So this place, men at work, it says there are people working, so you have to be cautious and drive. And then cattle. So I wanted to say one thing. Since I am a zoology student, I know the value of every single animal on this earth. I mean, all of you would have known it, but since I am more into zoology and stuff, so I care a lot about animals and other organisms. So whenever there is this sign, cattle, which means there will be few animals or especially cattle roaming around. So you have to be careful because every life matters, not only yours, even those animals. And we could see a lot of news these days where animals are hurt, animals are tied to bikes and they are dragged to death. I don't know what kind of fun thing is this, but you should be really very careful when you see such signals. And next is a falling rocks and ferry. I think this is these two are not very commonly seen in Chennai. I don't know. Probably I haven't seen. Falling rocks happens usually in hilly areas where landslides and stuff happen. And a ferry is a place where two roads get connected by a river in the front. I mean, a river in the middle. I think it's not found anywhere here also here in Chennai. So these are some important cautionary signs that you need to follow. I think that would be better. So to end this small talk, I would say it is better to lose 1 minute in life than to lose your life in a minute. I repeat, it is better to lose 1 minute in life than to lose your life in a minute. So I hope you get the difference. Be cautious, see the signs that are there on the road. Just wait if people are crossing, even though there is no pedestrian crossing and you see people crossing, please wait there and do not go hit any other. Do not go and hit any other vehicle. So yeah, thank you. Over to President Amudini.
Thank you so much, Saiswara. Yes, informatory signs. What does that mean? It's a pretty self-explanatory title. They provide information. They provide a wide range of information, and they are also known as guideboards. They guide us. So what sort of information do they have? They have directions. They could have destinations and other roadside public facilities. All right. So the first row contains entirely of public roadside facilities. There's a public telephone, there's petrol, hospital, first aid, and there's a motel, etc. And the second row, the first two are through roads. They're called no-through roads. When there's a road crossing which ends, when there's a block in the road or when there's no exit entry, you see the sign. And the last four are parking signs. And these parking signs that are here have come in combinations with other secondary boards. The P sign is primary board, and the first one has a direction board in there. That's a secondary board. And the next one has a motorcycle, and the other one has a cycle, and the last one has a car. So these come in combinations. Yes, they help you save time. When you're driving, you see all these information boards, and they help you get to your location soon. All right, and yes, location signs. Like if you see a board called Mahabalipuram 30 kilometers or Trivanmure 11 kilometers from here, those are all informatory signboards. All right. Okay, what else do you notice about these boards when you first see them? All the previous ones, cautionary signs and mandatory signs, they all came with red borders. And these ones over here have blue borders. And all those other ones came in triangles and circles, and the stop symbol was a septagon. They come in octagons, etc., etc. And informatory boards, most of them come in vertical rectangles. Some of them also come in horizontal rectangles, but they're rare. And yeah, what about the blue color? See, cautionary signs and mandatory signs are red in color. Red is a warm color, you know it, and you take red seriously. All right, and blue is a cool color. You have to compulsorily follow cautionary signs and mandatory signs. Mandatory itself means compulsory, and cautionary signs, if you see cycle crossing, you have to be cautious about cyclists coming around. And if you see cattle symbol sign, you have to be cautious. If there's a construction work going on, you make sure you drive around it. But informatory signs, which exclusively come in rectangles and in blue color, they are just information for you. You might not need to make a public phone call in a public telephone, so you just pass it. Or you might not need petrol, and you pass it. So yes, that's kind of it for informatory signs. The sole purpose of the session and the video on drug abuse and this whole entire competition series is for you to learn something on road safety and drug abuse and put it to practice. I really hope that all of you learned something or many things new in the last 2 days from other participants' speeches or presentations, or from your own research that you did for your own work. Be careful, everyone. Thank you. Over to Sneha for the feedback session.
Thank you so much, Amadini. It would be a great pleasure for our team if you guys give your valuable feedback so that we can rectify our mistakes and make up our standards. Anybody want to speak? You can unmute yourself and give your feedback. Nobody
Sister?
wants to speak? Yeah,
Sister?
yes, speak.
Sister, actually, I want to say one thing. Hats off to all the coordinators of the team. Actually, now you took one PPT, no? It was very informative. Actually, new symbols which I have not seen before. I'm particularly telling, I have not seen many symbols before. So after seeing all those things, it was very much informative. Thank you so much for, taking your time and teaching us all these things. Just now I'm first year. I'm also part of YRC unit in my college. So I think, this would help me out to, coordinate even my own college team. I believe strongly. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Bismi Fatima.
Thank you, Bismi.
Can any other boy say a few words, if you can? One representative from boys.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, Moin Khan. Okay.
Ma'am, it was quite informative, your video, and your efforts are really appreciate your efforts, ma'am.
Yes.
You are doing good job.
Which college?
And your competitions are really interesting. I really like to join more competitions in the future.
Okay. You're from which college?
Thank you, ma'am. That's it.
Yeah, you're from which college? Moin Khan, you're from which college? Okay. Anyway, he has recorded his opinion. That's nice. Yes, we can start.
Yes, ma'am. So the most awaiting part is all set to happen now. And first of all, a big kudos and applause to all the participants because you came forward to participate in various competitions organized by us. We seriously did not expect these many registrations because this is the first time for us to conduct a competition in online. So we didn't expect this. Thank you very much. And to be honest, every person who participated is a winner because, in fact, even for the judges, it was difficult for them to choose first, second, third winners like that. So every one of you have your own value and have a beautiful, amazing creativity. So I request all of you to participate in more and more competitions in other colleges and in colleges in our college in Ethiraj College so that you increase your skills. So over to Pravina ma'am, Program Officer, YRC Ethiraj College.
Good evening, students. Now we will release the results for the competition. 6 competitions we have participated. And the first day, yesterday, there was 3 competition, and today we had 3 competitions. All those results are going to be released. Are we going to present?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, do it. Is jam added, or else should I have to tell it?
It is added now.
Okay. See, the first competition is poster making. The poster making competitions, 3 prize winners are there, and the first prize winner is, next slide.
Sneha, I think the slide is not moving.
Poster making, first prize slide. Kindly open.
Is it not opening?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was there in the first slide itself. Try presenting again.
Yeah, try presenting again.
We have made it as a presentation because I would like to acknowledge the students who have done the posters excellently well. It was being remarked by the judges that it was really good, and that is where I told all my students to post it in a presentation format so that everyone can see the presentation. So the first prize, yeah, don't go to the back. First prize, yes. No, first prize. Okay, third prize winner is Gayatri from J-Bas College. And this is the picture she has done it. Applause, virtual applause. Yes. And the second prize goes to Abhinaya SDNB College. Great. First prize. Give a virtual clap, girls. Yes, good. Is Divya Shri, PJ Divya Shri from JBAS College. She has secured the first prize. Happy to have announced. Next competition. Slogan writing. Yes, the first place goes to Vasumati from SDNBV College. Second place goes to Sandhya, SDNBV College. And Pavitra M has secured the third place. And one other student is Sajita Banu from JBAS College. Slogan writing, I have sent you the pictures, right? You didn't add, girls? Was it added or else no?
No, ma'am, I was running out of time, so I
That's
just
okay.
started.
That's okay. That's okay. Then we can go to the next slide. So this is the photography competition. Third prize goes to Kasim B, JBAS College. It's a good pick actually. And second place goes to Venkatesh U. Such a beautiful aerial view with a beautiful edit. Next. Good. And first place goes to Fatima Sugara. It is an excellent picture, I would say. As I have seen it, it was a best click. And you could see the image, the clouds and everything has got multiple colors. We are very happy to have this picture. Next. Paper presentation. First place to Mariam. Close it. Yes. Second place to Sharmila L. Kudos. Third place to Almas Begum, JBAS. Very good. Next. Creative writing. First place Nitya V. JBAS. Second place to Lubna Rafi JBAS. Third place to Ranjini S. JBAS College. Jam. First place goes to Aisha. Second place goes to Bismi and Shalini. Two prize winners are there. And third place goes to Raja Lakshmi. Very good. Girls, we are very happy to have announced the results, and we are very happy to have 300 and more students in our participation as well as in the presentation and the way you have presented in the competitions and everything. We are very happy to have received you. And the code of conduct, whatever we have told, the rules and regulation, many students adhere to it, and the way you have answered for each and every sections was really laudable. We are very happy to have you all here, and I'm having a special thanks to Amudini, Sai Swara, and Sneha, lovable team, meticulous workers. Whatever I say, they will execute it. I don't know what adjectives I have to use. I was so very happy to have you as my team. Though I yell at you or do something, you receive it as a creative and constructive criticism, and you take it light and give me all abundance of love. I'm really happy to have this sort of team with an excellent intercollegiate, and I'm very much thankful to JBAS institution. Such a lot of students have come, and not only that institution, though few, some institutions have given me superb students who have really worked out for this competitions and made it a grand success. And one last instruction I would like to give you is the prize winners are requested by the principal of our college to come to the college in in the presence of the principal and other staff members, with the presence of our own committee members like Amudini, Sai Swara and Sneha. On behalf of them, I would like to give you the prizes. Okay, so 18, I think, plus 23 students I may have. So 23 students, we will be creating a WhatsApp group, and we want you all to be there by Monday. If it is like I mean, the possibility is there. We will meet it on Monday or some other day. Kindly coordinate with us. We want to give you the certificate in person. Okay, it's not through virtual or e-certificate you will be getting it. It will be in person. It will be handed over to you by our principal. We will have a photographic session and everything. We want to honor you all since you have graced the occasion from various quarters. Thank you so much, students.
Before we end the meet, I missed out the clap sounds while I was presenting, so I thought I'll do it now. We'll have a great kudos to all the winners, and here is your virtual audience clap.
Yes.